right, welcome back to the Crazy Blessed Show, and it's a Monday, and you know what that means. It's a Master Mom Monday. This is where we talk with a mom, just an ordinary mom doing some pretty extraordinary things. And today we've got Lacey Roach, and I'm so excited to introduce you to her. Lacey, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, Hannah. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're here. This is going to be such a fun show. I mean, we've been at this mom thing for years. It's been so great to see our journey together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about, of course, we're going to talk about Mom Master University, but let's talk about where you were in the
Okay.
process. How did you even find out about Mom Master University?
Well, Hannah, I actually found you before Mom Mastery was a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you
Yeah,
serious? No
absolutely.
way.
I have 4 children. So at the time I had my 2 oldest, and I had just found out I was pregnant with my third. And I came across you on your PBS show that you used to do, where you would like
Yes.
go into moms' houses and help them.
Yes.
And at the time, like all I had wanted to do was be a mom. And at the
Yeah.
time, I felt so overwhelmed, and I was just like, everything was chaotic. Like you name it, it was chaos.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of the people around me that I was like asking, like, what do I do and how do I handle this? I was kind of met with this, like, well, this is just what it is. This is motherhood. This is what you signed up for, you know? But I just kind of knew intrinsically, like, there's something else that I'm missing. And that's whenever I stumbled upon your show and started following you. And I kind of went into this like learning skills phase, right? Where I just started learning all these skills. Like I learned how to make a budget. I learned how to come up with laundry systems. I labeled all of these like toy bins, right? So it was kind of like I went from this chaotic, like everything's out of control, to almost this perfectionist
Oh,
mode,
wow.
right?
Wow. Okay. Okay. So
Right.
now it's like, all right, now I'm going to learn everything and
Yeah.
I'm going to learn it so well that now I become a slave to the system.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So here you are,
Then, yep.
four kids,
Yes.
and you found the PBS show, Hannah Help Me. You started learning these skills, but then it just began like, now I've got to do it all perfectly.
Right.
Okay. So what's next? Tell me about
Okay.
the continuing saga of Lacey.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So then like occasionally you would kind of pop up in my news feed, and I would see that you were doing this mom mastery thing. And for a couple of years, like I just watched it and just would scroll on by and pay no attention to it. And finally one day it was kind of like, it was kind of like when I was in chaos, it was one kind of like misery, right? And then when I was in this perfection mode, it was another kind of misery. Same thing, just different ends of the spectrum. And so one day I just like was scrolling by, and you were talking about Mom Master University. And I thought, I have tried everything else. Like what do I have to lose? Like it can just be something else that doesn't work, or it could be something that works. Like, let's just try it.
So
And
it's almost like, you know what have I got to lose?
Yeah.
Like I'm already kind of operating in chaos. If it doesn't work, I'm already in chaos. But if it does,
exactly.
Wow, this could really change my life.
Exactly. So I gave it a shot, and here I am, I think like 5 or 6 years later, and like not going back. Right. It's because I think the beauty of it is like when I was over here where just my life was total chaos, I needed skills. Right. And then when I was over here where I was like this slave to the skills and living in this perfection mode, I needed some grace and mercy.
Yeah.
And Mom Mastery kind of puts the two together. So then it's like, you don't have to be this chaotic mom all the time, but you don't have to be this perfectionist. You can it's like being a master mom, right? Just where we can come and we can learn to make a budget, and we can learn how to create a better system for our families. But you also teach us how to handle all the internal conflict and how to manage our thoughts around the situations that we can't change. And it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful, perfect place to be, to learn how
I love
to
that.
mom better.
Yeah. And then not even to mom better, but just to mom different,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
sometimes we're like, I'm not good enough. I need to work harder. I need to be a better mom, and all that pressure of better. And then you realize, but what if it's something so much more than that? And now I just need to do it different. And I love that you tapped into that. Like, not just, yeah, there's one thing about learning skills, right? We have to learn basic skills.
Right.
And which is why most women, when they become moms, they're so overwhelmed, because it would be like, someone telling me to put up drywall. I'm like,
Right.
what? Like, I know how to like paint it. I don't know how to put it up. Like, I would just not know how. And I would be frustrated with myself if I thought I had to know. And then I would come at myself with guilt and condemnation because I'm not doing it right, which is
Absolutely.
mom guilt. Like, that is mom guilt.
Yeah.
You don't have the skills, you try to do it, and then all of a sudden you're not good enough, you're a horrible mom. But when you understand exactly what you said, to work with your thoughts, and that's just coaching,
Right.
to work with your thoughts. So, because out of your thoughts flow all the behavior. So now you get the skills, and now you get the mental skills to work with your
Yes.
thoughts. And that beautiful marriage is exactly, I think, why you've been in Mom Master University and you're a lifer. Like, no, this is my
Absolutely.
home. This is where I know I flourish.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's so powerful. What did you see like after you got inside Mom Master University? So first you were struggling, then you started working on the skills.
Yeah.
You got inside Mom Master University, 4 kids. What was the first thing you noticed? Or maybe did your kids notice or your husband notice?
I didn't yell quite as much. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And that mom guilt was gone, even I think a good example yesterday, it was kind of dinner time. Everybody was tired and hungry. We'd been out late, and everybody was like just super frustrated. And I definitely didn't act in an ideal way. Right. So I was frustrated with my kids. And then it was kind of like, there was just no mom guilt. I had the skills to be able to just say, okay, this is not going well. Let's get some food in everybody's stomach. And then let's sit down and figure out how the rest of the night is going to go. Whereas before, I would have just like stormed off and just beat myself up for not reacting in a certain way, instead of just saying what's really going on here and let's fix it, and having some grace with myself. There's no guilt here. Yeah.
There's no guilt. And I love that. It's something that we stress a lot inside Mom Master University. That one question, what's really going on here?
Yeah.
Game
changer.
It's a game changer. Just if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, that one question, like, there's a freebie, right? Right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Is what's really going on here. When you're about to lose your cool or lose something else, you're like, wait a minute, what's really going on here? Maybe we're just hungry. Maybe we're just tired. Maybe I'm holding resentment. Maybe I'm feeling too much pressure, like all of these things. And we're so used to just reacting to situations instead of processing situations. And I think that's one reason why Mom Master University works so well, is we learn how to not just get the coaching to work with our mom brain, but also the self-coaching to work with our mom brain. So it's like, hold up, what's going on here? And that, you're right, it is a game changer.
Yeah. It really is.
That's
we
so
use
cool.
that all the time. We use that all the time.
What's really going on here? Step back, analyze the situation. And I think so many moms struggle with overwhelm, stress, anxiety, even fatigue, like physical fatigue, because they are in a role that they feel they should be mastering, and they feel like a failure. They feel like they're not good enough. Mom guilt sets in, and that shows up as anxiety, depression, fatigue, illness, all that kind of stuff. And once you understand, wait a minute, there's a way to work with my brain instead of against it, then it's like everything just kind of falls into place. Is that how you felt?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, I had the skills. I had a lot of the skills.
Yeah.
It was just that mental load that I was carrying that I didn't know what to do with. I didn't know where to put it or how to handle it or how to shift it in any kind of way. And that just made all the difference. It was just like this. It really is just this perfect marriage of both. Yeah.
So cool. Did your husband notice the difference?
Yeah, I think so. I think that just overall, just I seem more calm. I'm
Yeah,
not as high strung.
that's so good.
Right.
That's so good. Okay, so
Yeah.
you noticed the difference. You noticed the difference how you ran the family. Um, what about like you've been at this now for 6 years?
I think so. I think that's right. Yeah.
That is
5 or 6 years.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only like I'm like 7 years old or something. But so you've been at this for like 6 years. Where do you think you would be if you had not found Mom Master University?
Oh gosh. Um, I think I would just still be miserable. I think I would be spinning my wheels all the time. I would, I don't even like to think where I would be. um, um, I think I would just be desperate. I think I
Yeah.
would just be, I would feel desperate for any help because that's how I felt at the time. And I just can't see any other way that would have been relieved, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah, because there's no other platform designed for the mom brain. Like
No,
nothing.
no, because I was looking for it. I was looking for all the help I could get. I was like I've heard you talk about it, the sponge. I was like the sponge, like anything mom related, all the books, all the things, I was absorbing it and I was looking for it, and still was not making any progress. There was still no change. So
And that's when you found Mom Master University.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I love
Yeah.
hearing that. That's so amazing. So let me ask you a question. If someone might be listening or watching
Mhm.
today and they're a mom and maybe they have, 4 kids like you and they are where you found yourself, like kind of trying to grab any help that was out there, anything that said mom on it, any kind of solution and nothing's working. What would you tell them?
Um, I would tell them that Mom Mastery University is the only place where they're going to find um, both the tangible skills and the, I guess, mental skills and emotional skills that they need. It's the only
Yeah.
place they're going to find that because I've
Yeah.
looked and I've seen all the things, and you either get one or the other. But Mom Mastery is where you're going to find them both together and where they just work in harmony so beautifully, and it makes all the
Oh,
difference.
it does. It makes all the difference. I remember talking to this one mom and she was kind of the opposite of where you were. Like you were in this place where you're trying to master the skills, like do the budget and run the systems. And she was on the side where she was going to every single church club and reading group and trying to like do all of the spiritual side of it. But now
Mhm.
she wasn't getting the tangible results.
Yeah.
And so you can fall into either side of the ditch. Like you can fall into this side where it's like, okay, God, I'm just going to wait on you to help me, and I'm just
Mhm.
going to serve you and know that there's a reason behind all of this heartache. Or you can like, okay, I'm going to like roll up my sleeves. I'm going to work this. Or you can find that beautiful place where it's like, no, I actually have more power than I realize. God has
Yes.
equipped me for this. I can dive into his word and get the spiritual skills as well as dive into it and get the tangible skills that will show up in a change in my life. So let me ask you, Lacey, when you got inside MMU, did you find it hard?
I didn't. It's all the information is given to us in such um, small increments, and everything is so buildable that it's doable. And it's wonderful because whenever you're already in a place where you feel overwhelmed, the last thing that you want to do is jump into some program that says, okay, now let's do 20 new things today to get your life back on track, right? That doesn't make any sense. And so whenever you come into Mom Master University and it's like, just do this one thing today. What is it? I think 2 trainings a week. Just
Yeah.
listen to these two and take this one action step for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to build upon it, and then we're going to build upon it, and it's so manageable and it's so doable.
Oh, that's so cool. And that was all by design
Yeah.
because so many moms, we okay, I'm going to do this super hard program. And that's it. I'm going to completely cut off all sugar, all dairy, all flour,
Right.
whatever it is. We think we have to because we have a huge amount of pain. Our brain says, I must have a solution that is equal to the pain that I'm currently
Mhm.
bearing. And so we will subconsciously be drawn to what is the hardest thing. And then we try to do this. I'm going to declutter my entire home this weekend And we know what happens, like failure, right? Because we're moms, our brain doesn't work that way. Our lifestyle is not managed that way. And all of a sudden it falls flat. And we have this huge amount of guilt and failure that is heaped onto what we already were struggling in. And so I remember, because of my background in cognitive psychology, I was like, no, we need to make this so doable that is almost tricks your mom brain into not even realizing you're getting the training.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I can see that. Absolutely.
yeah, because it doesn't have to be hard. So if you're listening or watching, you're like, I need to do this 90-day program. I need to do this. Just love yourself enough to allow you to try out something that is simple, because God would never make it hard to live an abundant life. That's what he wants for his children. That's what he wants for moms today. That's what he wants. That's what our kids want. They want to live with a mom who is living in abundance, joy, and productivity. So God would never make it hard. Man makes it hard. And so we think this has got to be a struggle. But what if we can understand that when Jesus said, take my yoke upon you, it's easy. Maybe it could be a lot easier than you think it is. And if you just trust the process, I don't know how many times I've said that, just trust the process and you're going to live in the results.
Yeah. And it's so true. Trust the process. I am living proof. Trust the process. Yeah.
I love it. I love it, Lacey. So what would you say to a mom right now who's thinking about enrolling, but she's kind of on the fence?
Oh, don't wait. Don't wait. What I would give to have those years back that I saw Mom Master University and just kept scrolling past. I could have had the results that I wanted so much sooner. And don't wait. Don't wait. Yeah. If you've tried everything else, you haven't tried this.
That's so true.
Yeah. And I also think, at one point I thought I was praying for answers. Like I constantly was praying for answers. And then it was just kind of like, it's been right here in front of you the whole time. But you had to move. You had to say, okay, I'll sign up. Okay, I'll trust you, Lord, that this is the answer you're giving me, and give it a shot. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Lacey. You are such a blessing to my life. And I know all the sisters inside of MMU are just so grateful for your presence there. You truly are just a light in this world. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Well, thanks, Hannah.
All right. Okay, go and live that master mom life and be blessed like crazy.